Howdy, remarketing fans, and welcome back. In order to use the power, the flexibility, the customizability of Google Analytics and all the data that it contains about your website visitors, you have to have the Google Analytics JavaScript tag firing on all pages of your website. In order to do that, you have to go into Google Analytics, create an account, take that tag, and make sure it's running on your site. If you have a Google Analytics account already, and especially if you have the Google Analytics tag, which many of you will already installed on your website properly, by all means, skip this chapter and possibly the next few chapters as we go ahead and implement the tag in a number of different environments and verify to see if the tag is working. If you want a bit of a refresher course on installing the Google Analytics tag, by all means, keep with us over here. And we actually are going to go in and install the tag with a number of different ways, including Google Tag Manager. So you might learn a thing or two about that. If you're new to this, you go to google.com/analytics or analytics.google.com. And in the upper right-hand corner, you click sign in. And Google has rolled out a number of these different programs, these different advertising and data products. And we're going to go down to Google Analytics and click that. Obviously, you're going to log in with the same Google username and password that you use for AdWords, and you're going to click sign in. If you already have a Google Analytics account set up, you're typically going to see this reporting section. Once again, this is a new, clean install of Analytics just for testing purposes, just to show you what it looks like if you're creating this account from scratch. In the following chapters, we're going to go into some massive Google Analytics accounts that have tons of live data. So we're going to see exactly how to build real audiences, what our real audiences already look like, and how to optimize and these campaigns and find new trends in the data. Your Google Analytics JavaScript code is under the admin section. You spend most of your time here in the reporting section. You might spend a little bit of time here in the home tab, but in the upper menu over here, you're going to click on admin. And then you're going to see three columns: account, property, and view. This is the hierarchy with Google Analytics. Because this is not a course particularly focused on analytics itself, we're going to not spend time going through all these different options, but we want to go ahead and grab our JavaScript code. To do that, you're going to stay in this middle property column, and you're going to click on .js tracking info. In the dropdown, you're going to click on tracking code. This is the screen where you're going to always come back to get your Google Analytics code. You're presented with two key pieces of information here: your UA tracking ID and your website tracking JavaScript tag. This is the Universal Analytics tag. Depending on how we implement Google Analytics onto your website or mobile app or mobile website, you might need to use this entire JavaScript tag. For example, if you're adding this to a WordPress header or footer, or embedding this directly into the HTML template files via FTP, you'll be using this entire JavaScript tag. There are a whole host of different apps and plugins that allow you to just use this tracking ID, and we're going to go through that in a second as well. This version of the Google Analytics tag is the Universal Analytics, which is the newest iteration of Analytics, and we're going to copy and paste this code onto every page of our website that we want to track. In the following chapter, we're going to jump into WordPress. I'm going to show you exactly how to set up Google Analytics on your WordPress site, and we're going to verify to make sure it's working. WordPress is probably the CMS, the content management system, that most of you are using for your website. You guys might be using Squarespace or Wix, another website builder. You might be using a custom website. You might be using an e-commerce site like Shopify, or a more advanced CMS like Joomla or Drupal, whatever it may be, or Magento. But this idea is exactly the same. So we're going to do it on WordPress, which is the most common. We're going to do it via the header and footer tags, and as well as doing it through a plugin, and that's going to all be done in the next chapter. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you in a few seconds in the next section.